Link down below to credit GameSpot. I keep wanting to call them GameStop. I gotta stop and remember it's a spot for games. Just as the title states, Invasion Mode is a live service feature. Every 6 weeks, they're gonna tear it down and rebuild it. It requires a persistent internet connection. Some people don't know that. Some people don't care to know that. But there's a lot of people out there that do care. Because when they hear the word single player, sometimes they automatically assume that that means it's offline with no internet connection. That is incorrect. Here it's single player, and that terminology is true. It is single player. They didn't say it was offline, because those are two different things. Technically, when you're single player, you're offline in that you're not competing with other people. This is all against the computer, the CPU, the AI, whatever the hell you want to call it. To me, this is a problem. They probably want to combat cheating. Who cares? It's a single player mode. Now, if there's leaderboards and stuff like that, well then, okay, fine. So let's compromise. Let's have it so that while a season is live and active, you must be connected to the internet. But maybe when the new season comes, have the previous ones function without a persistent internet connection. To me, that's the compromise. You want to do this bullshit like a lot of other games do, where they have single player offline modes, but that require a persistent internet connection. At least do us that service. You don't think that's fair? I think at least that's the only reason why they want this to be an online only mode. Because of the cheating, and there's probably going to be leaderboards. I can only assume. I don't know. And if there is no leaderboards of any kind, well, then that's even worse. So for me, I'm probably going to buy the game, but I can't really afford it right now. Looks like a lot of fun, not going to lie. But I have to admit that's a turnoff for me. To pay $150 for a game that I need electricity and the internet for. And then a lot of people say, bro, man, it's 2023. This ain't 1993. Everybody's got the internet. Fucking young kids walking to school have $2,000 iPhones. And they're just walking down the street like mindless zombies, going like this. Everybody's got the internet. That's not the point. When games first launch and they're server-based, why do I do this a lot? And they're server-based. They're glitchy, they're inconsistent, they're not reliable. There's an influx of people. The servers can't handle it. People are crashing, getting booted out. Oh, and you do get booted out to the main menu if you lose internet. So it's not always about, hey, get with the times, everybody's got internet. That's not the point. It's having to rely on an additional source to function for the game to run. And then it's also about game preservation. There's a lot of games I still play that are 20, 30 years old. And if they required an internet connection, we'd be kind of screwed because a lot of these servers, they go down. They're no longer supported. You think this game is going to be supported 5 years from now? And don't tell me that there's some people that aren't going to be playing this game 5 years from now. You would be surprised. This is one of the best Mortal Kombats that have come out in at least a decade. At least, if not longer. So in like a third of its life that the franchise has been around since 1992, which I remember the first day the first Mortal Kombat came out, I believe it was on Super Nintendo. I went to Microplay in Canada and picked it up. And I had to have a note from my parents saying that I was allowed to play the game. Yeah, because I was pretty young. Anyways, definitely not pretty young anymore. So that's my gripe. That's my rant. The main purpose of this video was for me to get a little bit of energy out, as I clearly can't do this because I don't have the game. And to bring awareness, because we live in a world, again, where this is a common practice. And sometimes it's hit or miss, whether or not you're going to need internet connection. I cover sports games. Certain modes can be played offline. Other ones can't, but they can, but you won't get the reward. Oh, this one now you'll get the reward once you reconnect to the internet. There's a lot of consistency, but a lot of inconsistency within that consistency. That might have sounded confusing, but to me, I'm making sense. It changes from one year to the next, from one game to the next. And it's unfortunate, and they don't always make it clear. They just go, yeah, so we got this new single-player mode. Every 6 weeks, we're going to freshen things up. People could just be thinking you're going to download an update, and that's it, and you'll be able to play the prior seasons. But it doesn't work that way. That, to me, would have made this a W. You see what I did there? That would have been a win, a bigger win. I'm not saying this is a loss. Most people aren't going to give a monkey's butthole about what I'm talking about. But it's not about you. It's about those that care. How long is this video? Probably a lot longer than it needed to be. Oh my God, I'm already halfway through this video. So there you have it. Invasion mode is a live service feature that requires persistent internet connection, as it is refreshed every 6 weeks. I could have made this video in 6 seconds, but somehow it took me a lot longer than that to get through this. I feel sorry for you. I had fun making the video, however, because I like doing stuff like this where I just talk about stuff and I'm not actually playing. It allows my ADHD brain to fire 100 miles an hour on one task rather than doing 2 things at once. I'm going to end it now. As always, if you liked the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me a little bit more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. You didn't like the video? Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll break that thing off that Nether Sprite has off in the back. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, exactly. I don't even need to finish that sentence because it's obvious what I would like. What would you like? That's what matters. I'll survive with or without you. Unless I'm Sub-Zero. Because I might... Anyways. You know, with climate change, Sub-Zero, he might melt. Turn into a puddle of water. That was me trying to be funny. This is why my comedic career never took off. If you want to... Yeah, I think I already said that. Wow, I need to go back to bed. This is what 4 hours of sleep looks like. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.